guys, it's Julie Schoen with Yoginiology.com. Today we're going to be using the yoga strap as I take you through a short little floor sequence for tight or stiff legs. So I love this sequence so much. I practice it almost every day. It's really nice for releasing tension in the legs. So if you like run or cycle or do tough workouts, I really recommend this as like a post-workout leg recovery kind of exercise. But it's also really nice for people that just suffer from stiff hamstrings and that have a hard time doing a lot of the movements that we do in a typical yoga class, or even just stretching, like something like touching your toes or reaching forward. This you don't need to have any of that to be able to do all of these exercises, and they're super therapeutic and they're really nice because we're lying down, which is why I love them. So you want a nice quality strap for doing these exercises. You want one that's about 8 feet in length. That seems to be about the right length for everyone. And then a soft material is really helpful because it's going to be around your feet, and you don't want something that feels like synthetic or sharp or have like rough edges. So get something that's cotton. So to do this series, the best part, like I said, is you get to lie down. So have your strap handy. Go ahead and lie down on your back. You're going to take one leg up into the air. So there's kind of 3 parts to this. And you're going to hook the strap over the top or the sole of the foot, right at the base of the ball of the foot. And to start, you're just going to flex the toes towards the face. Start to kick the heel up towards the ceiling. Engage the quadricep muscle. And then pull down. So I'm not pulling the leg towards me. I'm pulling down. And I can feel the femur bone, the big thigh bone, start to descend into the hip, which is really what we want here. So you're going to stay here. You should start to feel the back body, every part that's touching the ground, start to relax. And you should feel a nice stretch. For some people, this is really intense. For some people, it can be pretty mild. If it's on the milder side, you could, once you start to feel the femur go into the hip socket a little more, you could start to pull the leg towards you. Just keep flexing the toes, kick through the heel. So the next step to this, you're going to take the strap into the right hand. So if you have the right foot, it's going to go into the right hand. And you're going to keep this left knee bent. I'm going to start to open the right leg out to the side as my left leg goes to the side. And why I do this is it prevents you from tilting all the way to the side and losing a really nice stretch. So the left leg kind of balances you out, the right leg goes to the side. I'm still flexing my foot. I'm kicking through my heel. I feel balanced on my back body, so I'm not rolling all the way to one side. And then I'm using the strap to not only keep my foot in place, but then you could also start to pull the foot up towards the head a little more. And you just kind of play with where you feel the best stretch. For now we're getting more into like the inner thigh. So all of these poses, I would recommend trying to hold them for about a minute at a time, each variation of this, or you could do a lot longer. Sometimes 3 to 5 minutes feels really nice. The next step is to be bringing the right leg back up. Start to bring the legs towards each other. You'll take the strap into the opposite hand. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to make like a C, and I want you to dig your thumb really deep into the hip crease, and then your fingers will come around the other side of the leg. And you're going to push there as you start to pull the leg towards you a little bit, flex the toes, and then slowly start to bring the leg across. And for a lot of people, this gets really intense into the hamstring and specifically into the IT band, which is the outer part of the leg. So we're not by any means trying to bring the leg all the way across. You're just barely bringing it across the midline. The more you push your thumb into the hip crease, the deeper you can start to get into the back of the leg. And it helps to keep your like sacrum area feel safe and stabilized as well. So again, you'd hold that, bring it back up, and then you'd switch sides. Go to the other side. We'll just go through the motions really quick again so you can see, but you want to do this for longer than I'm doing it here too. So flex the foot, pull down, feel the femur descend. Once that happens, you could start to pull the leg towards you. That's going to start to get into the hamstrings, right? Really deeply here. From there, you're going to take this strap into the same hand of the leg you're stretching. Keep the knee bent so that it can go out and balance you out. Now we're getting into the inner thigh portion. Flex the foot, kick through the heel, and then start to bring it back up. Switch hands, make a C, dig the thumb into the hip crease, fingers come around, push with your thumb, and then start to bring the leg across. And a little bit goes a long way, so just barely across the midline for a lot of us, and you'll feel a really deep stretch all the way through the outer leg, into the back of the hamstring, deep into the hamstring, and then even into the glute too. So that is like my all-time favorite way to use the yoga strap. It's a nice way to end a practice, or to, after you've finished working out, to do that, or just for days where you're feeling tight, and it's a nice stretch that anyone can do even if you don't practice yoga. It's a super powerful way just to bring some vitality and youth and flexibility back to the legs. So again, I'm using Yoginiology yoga strap. It is the best I've ever had, and I'm saying that biasedly, but it really is too. So check it out. It's on Amazon, and it's really useful. There's a ton of different ways you can use it, but this, like I said, is my favorite. I hope you loved it as much as I do. Bye.